Some Christmas confessions. Look up some Christmas confessions on Reddit. I put crazy confessions. Let me see what kind of confessions people have on Reddit. Give me your most dirtiest, weird confessions. Hold on, let me pause the music. Hold on. Let me pause the music. Okay. I ended up losing my virginity to a what? Did I just read that right? Hold on. I ended up losing my virginity to a... Hold on, what? Wait, hold on. Wait. Where's the post at? Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Wait, where'd it go? Was it deleted? I told anyone this and it will probably haunt me for the rest of my life. Yeah. What the? Chat, that's crazy. A horse? Oh my gosh. Wait, how big is it? Wait, how big is a horse? Hold on. Oh my jaw! Oh my gosh! What? Between 20 and 24 inches? Wait, that was the wrong sound. What the? Oh my gosh! That's like my whole arm. Ugh! Wait, how many feet is that? 12. That's 2 feet long. $24 inches? Are you dead ass? Nigga, what? Ew. That's disgusting. Oh my gosh. That must be infected, bro. But her thing down there must be... That's like a... It's like a black portal. It's gotta be. Oh my gosh. Jeez, this is gonna be some freaky stuff, huh? Oh, brother. Anyone with a crazy... I'll start mine. So my junior year of college, I met an alumni guy at LinkedIn. We were friends, but mostly we just argued. Seriously, every chat was high stakes debate where neither of us would back down. He ended up liking me naturally, but he was seeing someone else. He talked about her constantly, comparing us to brag about how good the stock market was. Once he was single, he did the most predictable thing. He proposed. I knew right then he was a player, so I rejected him. Turns out my girl was right. He proposed to 2 other girls that same week. Damn, bro, what? This dude had a reputation where 9 women he played so far who were serious about him. Basically a manipulative, charming man whore. Oh my God. When I rejected him, his ego was bruised. On our first actual date, I found out his friends had been trash talking me. One of them suggested he just used me for sex and then dumped me. I was beyond mad. When he tried to kiss me goodnight, I flinched and yelled at him. Honestly, he seemed impressed. He apologized and dropped me up. I decided my revenge needed a strategy. I started reading books about history, geopolitics, everything just to beat him in every argument. God damn, so much investment. Jeez, bruh. Fast forward, he thought he was manipulating me, but I had him completely obsessed. Boom, we were in love. The final straw was hearing how he once put a drunk, heartbroken ex-girlfriend on speaker so his whole friend group could laugh at her. Disgusting. My revenge plan went to overdrive and made him ditch his awful friends, and they abandoned him. He always bragged he could make a girl fall in a month with me. It took him over a year. He wasn't in love with me. He was in love with the thrill of the chase, so I proposed marriage. He said yes, and then told his parents every single disgusting thing he'd ever done. They nearly disowned him. He called me screaming, asked if I ever loved him. I just said nope. That was my revenge plot from the beginning. He blocked me. Holy shit. That is deep, bro. To go that far? Chat, would y'all go that far for revenge? Oh my gosh. I feel like for me, bruh, I wouldn't even put the time into it. I'll just be like, man, I'm out of here, bro. That's some bull. Like, like, bro, what? She was in it for the game. That's just what do the comments say? Potentially a great story for a movie. Low-key, hey, if they turn this into a movie, she better get some credit for this. Oh my gosh. Your master was to serve as a dutiful, loving girl for over a year to a guy you despise. That's just an unpaid intern. Yeah, exactly. Like, what? Like, why would you deal with that for free? I mean, I guess you get the win out of it, but I mean, y'all probably smashed, y'all probably did the thing, you know, like I mean, I guess. I feel like, you know what? I feel like, you know, like she just, at the end, like probably when things went bad, she probably just like came up with this, and then, yeah, just like, that was her way of going out. I don't know. She probably liked it in the middle. I'm going to keep it a buck. She probably in the middle during that relationship, she probably liked a few things about him. Let me see here. What's some more? That is just investment. Oh my gosh. Nursing home confessions are crazy. One night surely hold on. I have to confess a story to get it out there to someone. What? Y'all post confess out. I had spent months helping to do pipe his what? This shit's wild, not gonna lie. I wish I could say this was fake. I had an online friend I met. Wait, first off, I didn't know incest was like actually like a real thing. Is incest like, I know it's real, but like, does it actually happen? Like, how often does it happen? I feel like, and why does it start in Alabama? Out of all things. Why does it start in Alabama? Like, is that the origin? Hold on. Let me look up. Is that the where does, or why? Hold on. Why does incest come from Alabama? The stereotype of incest in Alabama is often linked to cultural and historical factors. So this is like long in the making. Has a high degree in endogamy, which means people tend to marry within their own social and cultural groups. Wow. Wow. I know some people, okay, I know there's some, okay, when it comes to, this is gonna sound crazy, but I think when it comes to, well, not incest, but some people say, okay, if it's like your fifth cousin, it shouldn't be that bad. like if it's like a cousin of a cousin of a cousin of a, like, what is it, like the fifth family down, like not your first cousins, not your second cousins, but like if it's like your fourth or fifth or seventh, yo, is that crazy? Wait, is that crazy? Is there a limit? Is there a limit? I'm sorry, bro. Okay, I had a, this is not a crazy confession, but I remember I was at a wedding and it was in Canada. I don't even really know the family like that. I just was invited. Now, I wasn't personally invited. Our family was invited. And my mom just told me, hey, we're busy, so you just go and just represent the family. I'm like, okay, free wedding, you know. I ain't tripping. It's in Dallas. My auntie's in Dallas, so it's gonna be a cool time. Pulled up to the wedding. And I remember I pulled up with my cousin. My first cousin. My actual, like blood cousin. He's a guy. I pulled up. I don't know anybody there. Like, literally nobody. So I'm just like, okay, well, I'm not going to sit in this chair all day while everyone's mingling around and talking, you know? So, like, let me talk to some people. Let me say hi. Let me meet some people, you know? I remember I saw this one girl. I was like, whoa, she's pretty. Like, she actually looked pretty. So I was like, you know what? Let me just say what's up to her. And I remember I was talking to her, you know, like, hey, where you from? Oh, you from Dallas? Da-da-da-da. And she talking, da-da-da-da. And I got a tap on my shoulder. It was her dad. I was like, oh, what's up, man? Like, yo, like, my name's da-da-da. I'm related to this person, da-da-da-da. Oh, like, you from, which side of the family you're from? I think I'm related to the mom side. But I didn't ask the girl. Because I'm thinking, like, none of these people here are, like, really family. Like, I don't know none of these people. Right? And the dad, he's like, yeah, I know you. I know your dad and your mom. I'm I'm surprised I didn't get to introduce you to your cousin. Huh? So you telling me this whole time I was spitting game to this girl, and I'm thinking like, okay, she cute, you feel me? Like I can mingle with somebody in my culture. You feel me? That's where people find love or find marriage, You find it at a wedding, Especially those who are single or whatever, I'm just like, all right, for sure. Nah, B. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, in fact, all these girls here are your cousins. Huh? Whoa. I had to take a step back. I'm like, wait, whoa. How close we talking? I think he said second or third. But to me, that was too close to home. I'm like, yeah, you got it, bro. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. I'm good. And ever since then, I really kind of got traumatized, like, seeing people, like, in my same culture. And, like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, that low-key could be my cousin. Whoa. Hold on. Okay. This is not that long. I had sex with my friend's mom when I was 17. I posted this somewhere else, but Reddit says it belongs here. I wanted to say something to someone for years about this, so here it goes. When I was a teenager, I was friends with a guy that pretty much had a hot mom. She was thin, blonde, freckled, B-cup. Damn, okay. Okay. Details is detailing. The mom had that every guy my age would talk about. They also had a pool. We got to see her in a bikini this summer. What? Like, I used to jerk out thinking about her. Yo. We were friends. How can you even wank just off of thoughts, bro? She must have been, whew. We were friends for a few years. And then he moved to BC to live with his dad when we were 17. I would see him every couple months when he would come back and visit. She needed help around the house, ken the grass, give him the pool, blah, blah, blah. She would pay me to do a bunch of yard work. So that's where it probably started, bruh. I'm going to tell you right now. When she saw that young man, putting that hard work, sweating off, just seeing him being the pool boy. Oh, yeah. She over there watching through the window, sipping her coffee like, ooh. Even though that's weird. That's weird as fuck. But, like, that's probably what was going on. I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. All right? My parents were happy about the arrangement since I was helping someone that needed it and I was making some money. So he was making money and piped? Oh, yeah. This nigga got it. This nigga got that. Sometimes we would hop in the pool together after I was done and talking. She would flirt with me just a little, probably to see if I was into it. Soon I was there 2 to 3 times a week. One day she invited me into the sauna in the basement after she had a few glasses of wine. She offered me a beer to keep me cool. So she's sitting across from me, wearing only a towel. She had her legs open up for me just to barely see her crotch. Then she asked if I wanted to see what was under the towel. I nervously said okay, and she dropped it to reveal a 10 out of 10 smoking body. Then she said, I showed you mine, then let me see yours. Okay, oh my gosh. She perved on him. She literally perved on him. Bro, what? And then she helped pull off my swim shorts. I'm standing there naked with a full heart in front of her, not sure what to do. She started playing with it, and then went down on me. It was better than the BJ I've gone from inexperience, I came in like wow. She kind of laughed as she wanted to play, She took me into a spare room in the basement, let me, showing me how to give her good. After feeding me out with hard, and wow, oh my gosh. This is literally a whole video, bruh. She told me she was fixed, she was fixed. Oh my god. After the first meeting where I came to her house, I would answer her anywhere I wanted. It was crazy. I was ready to build. All my buddies would talk about it. I couldn't say anything to them about it. For one, they probably wouldn't believe me. And secondly, she said if anyone ever found out, I'd be cut off. For the next 2 years out of high school, I fought her twice a week despite having a girlfriend on and off the whole time. Some people might think she took advantage of me, but really, whatever. I never know anyone do that. Wow! Damn! That is a crazy ass. Wow! Damn. Wow. Brother had it. At 17, damn. She was fantasizing and she lived up to the fantasy. Oh my gosh. Bro, what? Damn. That was actually, if that was real, that was actually a good one, bruh. That was actually a good one. I like the detail. That was pretty good. I ain't gonna hold. This is totally fake. No. Okay, hold on. That reminded me. Speaking of Hall, that reminded me. Okay, I got another one too. Okay, I got another one too. It's not crazy, but I remember in middle school. I was with a girl, and I didn't know anything at the time. I didn't know anything in middle school. Like I was a freshie. I didn't know nothing, and I remember there was this one hallway where you have to, in order to go to math class, you have to go like around the school, down through this stairs that's in a hallway, and then you go through a door, and then you go through like, it's such a long ass way just to get to math. It's such a process. And you go through another outdoor gateway, and then there's a classroom. But the stairway, right? It was kind of like you only see people like go in and out of there like during like passing time. So I remember there was one time I was with this girl, and oh my gosh, bruh, she had like a B or C cup at the time. I don't know how that shit was big, but I remember we was in the hallway, and it was after school. Yeah, it was after school when the school bells rang, and I remember it was at the hallway, and I remember we was kissing, just doing nothing crazy, and then what's it called? I remember I took down her shirt. I unbuckled her bra. I'm damn near like damn, like I think it was like, I don't know, it was my first time, but damn it. A brother was excited. I'm gonna give it a buck. A brother was excited. I was like, oh my gosh. And I was going down on it for a little bit. And then I heard somebody come through. I'm like, oh shit. So like we put on some clothes back on. And it was the dean. I remember it was the dean. And he came through, and like we pretended we're walking up the stairs coming from class, and he was like looking at us like suspiciously, and we just kept walking. I learned later the reason why was because at the end of school, everybody would get picked up or go to daycare. Like there's like an after school care, and me and her would get picked up from our rides, and there were the two rides. Right after everybody left, there were the two rides that were waiting for us. So like it's probably like 3:20 by now. And the dean, he's like, moving traffic, and he's like, yo, what's going on? And they're like, hey, our kids are not here. So he was looking for us this whole time. And so by the time he did find us, he was probably like, what they doing in this hallway? So I remember the next day, literally the next day, or it was a Friday, and that next week. Yeah, it was probably that next week when we went back to that hallway. There was a camera, and he installed it on top of the door. And everyone in school's like, yo, why is there a camera there? Yo. And they're like, they're making rumors. Like, oh my gosh, I think Naiel and da-da-da, we're doing something there, da-da-da. And I was like, nah, it was da-da-da. But I was like, damn. And the dean, he pulled me to the side. He's like, I think it was after school, like the night, I think that was that Monday or Tuesday. He was like, you see the camera in the hallway? And he was smiling. I was like, nigga, that was you? Oh yeah. I didn't say nothing. I went to my car, but I'm like, this guy. Oh my gosh. But it's cool though. We went underneath the bleachers after that. Yeah, middle school was interesting, bro. Middle school was very, very interesting. So like, yeah, I kind of claim like, yeah, there's a reason why that camera is there. I kind of claim that it's because of me. So yeah, bro. If you go to my middle school and you wonder why there's a camera in that hallway, you are welcome. You are welcome.